guys, welcome back to Strong Successful Male. So for today in the Ask SSM video series, got an email from a subscriber. This guy, I'm guessing, is probably in his 40s. He's married, has a daughter, good life, good job, all that. And recently his life's gotten very interesting as an old one-night stand that he knew from way back in the day, who obviously he was acquainted with, hung out with, and hooked up with, has come back into his life. Turns out that she's now divorced, and for whatever reason, wants a piece of this guy and does not care at all that he's married. The problem is that she has not taken the hint that he's not interested. And it seems that our guy here has done some dumb things that if he gets his wife involved and tells his wife what's going on, which an honest husband should, that can open up a can of worms. So he's kind of backed himself into a corner here, which you'll see more in the story. And I'll be going to go over here making a few points. Number one, keep your D out of crazy. Because you never know what they can pull, and you never know they can come back into your life years later when your life is going good. I kid you not. They always come back. And also, guys, I can't make it any more clear that if somebody reaches out to you from the past, an old flame, a hookup, whatever, unless they sent you a letter and says, by the way, you have a kid that you don't know about, and even then you'd be questioning about that, it's not good to engage with them because it's only going to encourage them to keep reaching out to you. And the next thing you know, your wife is saying, why are you engaging with them? And that brings up trust issues. It's best to just avoid them. And you're going to see here this guy gets himself in some hot water here. So it starts off, he says, SSM, call me Blaine. When I first read this, I thought he said, call me Bane, like from Batman. Before I got married, I had a one-night stand with a woman I'll call Jessica Marie. Interesting choice of names. She was new to the Carolinas, and we hit it off fast. I showed around both states, nothing serious, just casual fun. Are you sure you only hooked up with her just one time? That's a lot of taking her around and showing her around for just one time. I'm guessing this is probably more than one hookup. She seemed to take a liking to me, maybe more than I realized at the time. After that one night, we never hooked up again, mostly because I had a girlfriend and didn't want to cheat. Smack! Well, it sounds like you did cheat. If you were taking her around and showing her a good time and eventually hooked up, you're with a girlfriend and cheat that one time. But one time or 10 times doesn't matter. Now, here's the question that I want to know, and you didn't quite address. This girlfriend you cheated on with this chick, Jessica Marie, was that girlfriend your now wife? And that's why she doesn't know what's going on? Because that's the case. You're into some deep shit, amigo. And that's not cool. You cheat, it's going to come back. But I'm not 100% sure if that was the case. We still hung out here and there in group settings, but I always kept it cool and respectful. Well, he still banged her, and that's all she, Not long after, word got around that Jessica Marie was pregnant by a mystery guy no one ever seen or met. It was odd, because it turns out her whole reason for being in the Carolinas was to move across the country to live with her boyfriend, the same mystery man. As her pregnancy progressed, she drifted from the social group, understandably. So it sounds like she was cheating as well. Oh, great. About 3 months later, I was out with some friends when this same mystery man approached me and asked to talk privately. We stepped away from the group to shoot some pool and chat. In short, he told me to knock it off with Jessica Marie and even offered me $10,000 to never speak to her again. Okay. Give me the bag of cash, no problem. I was stunned, and I told him there was nothing going on between us. Well, that's the thing. There was. Even if it's one night, doesn't matter. I didn't mention our one-time hookup, though. I didn't see any value in adding fuel to the fire. I refused the money and reassured him that I didn't want anything from him or his girl. Well, that didn't go very well. He got angry, security got involved, and he was eventually escorted out of the bar. Well, clearly he knew you hooked up with her. Well, sometime later, I saw on Facebook that Jessica Marie had given birth to a boy and was now married to the mystery man. I simply thought good for them and moved on with my life. Well, that's good. And you should have completely. Unfortunately, well, years passed, I got married, became a father, and left my old single life behind. Who did you marry? Was it the same girl, the same girlfriend you were with when you hooked up with Jessica Marie? Or was this another woman? That's the big question here. Then out of the blue, Jessica Marie messaged me on Messenger. Foolishly, I responded. Smack. Guess I should have smacked you earlier for cheating. I can't remember if I did. It's pretty hot in this car. My memory's not very good. Looking back, I could tell it was a soft test from her, seeing if she had a shot. She checked in from time to time, but I rarely responded, and I never initiated. So you're not you're not engaging with her, you're not pursuing her. Well, you are engaging with her, barely responding, but she's doing all the work pursuing you. And like a typical woman, she's chasing after the guy that's hardly giving her any attention because she wants your attention. You should never responded, man. You should just enjoy your life with your family. That started the whole thing. Well, fast forward to 2021, Jessica Marie, now divorced with 2 kids, is branding herself as a fitness model at 38. I'll give her this, she's still a Carolina 8, but by this point, she wasn't even a thought in my mind. He sent some pictures of the different people in the story, including Jessica Marie, and what she looks like now, and I'll give credit where credit is due. At 38 years old, Jessica Marie looks darn good, particularly since she's a mom, but still, she's 38. Now here's where things take a turn. I'm at work one day, and I'm scheduled to meet a contractor for an upcoming project. I'm a government-employed engineer, and I pull up to the job site like any other day. Who do I see? Jessica Marie. Dude, she's stalking you. She's standing there with another contractor employee waiting for my arrival. Crazy. What is it with you, man? Do you have like a freaking 12-inch python between your legs? You're the best lover in the Carolinas? What the hell? We both played cool, no acknowledgement of our past, strictly professional. I exchanged numbers with both employees using my work phone, no big deal. Again, aren't you kind of concerned of like, why the fuck are you here? 15 minutes later, my phone rings. Guess who it is? Jesus. It's Jessica Marie. She says another contractor showed up late and asked if I need to come back to the site to discuss anything. I politely declined, nothing more to say. Why does she have your number? And why is she interfering with your work? This is the part that gets me. This is a little strange here. Was she just there stalking you because she's good looking, started chatting up the other guys there, who of course are more than happy on the job site to talk to a pretty woman for her age, and got them to get your number? I don't know. A younger colleague of mine happened to be nearby and asked who she was. I looked at him and said, that lady is trouble. He laughed, asking for an explanation, and I told him point blank, she wants to fuck. And he laughed even harder. Just to prove my instincts, I called her back. Smack! You're not helping yourself, man. Under the pretense of telling her to give the late guy my contact information. That's not how she's going to take it. But as expected, the conversation shifted. She asked what I've been up to and casually let it slip that she was divorced now. As I hung up, my colleague looked at me amazed. I told him wisdom will show you some things. Well, wisdom also should have told you not to engage with her, dude, but here she is. Now here's the problem. I still have to visit the job site periodically, and during my most recent visit, Jessica Marie walked to my work truck, opened the passenger door, and got in uninvited. So, I'm guessing she lives in the area, but regardless, she's stalking you. Doesn't she have a job other than being a fitness influencer or whatever, taking care of the kids? She started talking, making it clear she wanted more than just a business relationship. The vibes were strong and not in a professional way. I did my best to steer the conversation back to safer ground. I kept talking about my wife and my daughter, hoping she'd take the hint. She did not. Bro, she knows you're married. She knows you have a kid. She's been stalking you. She doesn't care. Either she wants you or she wants to fuck up your marriage. Who knows? Well, since then, I've been talking to my brother and my younger colleague for advice on how to handle the situation. I want to tell my wife, but I know how that would go. I'm married to a black woman and a hate-and-ash Shaniqua type at that. She doesn't play around. Telling her could lead to a public scene, a beatdown, or worse, and not just for Jessica Marie. Well, we'll come back to that in a second, man. So now I'm stuck. I'm doing my best to stay professional and keep my distance. But this woman from my past is testing boundaries I can't afford to let slip. I've done nothing wrong, but the situation has the potential to blow up in a very wrong way. So, bro, there are some blanks here that you got to fill in some blanks for me, but let's go a couple options here. If indeed your wife is the girlfriend you cheated on with Jessica Marie back in the day, then you got a problem, because obviously Jessica Marie's pursuing you. She's not taking the hint. Now, frankly, I think, let me backtrack here. I think you need to be direct as possible. Hey, good to see you. Nothing's going to happen here. I'm married. End of story. I'd appreciate basically backing the fuck off. You can say how you want to say it. And don't engage with her anymore. If she doesn't stop, then you got an issue. And frankly, your wife deserves to know that this woman is pursuing you. Because if a guy was pursuing your wife, you'd be pretty pissed off if she wasn't telling you, wouldn't you? Yeah, you're married, you got to be honest with her. But if this is the woman if you cheated with Jessica Marie on your wife back when she was your girlfriend, you're up shit creek without a fucking paddle, my man. And you married her without her knowing that. But let's just say that that's not the case. It's simply this is not the one you cheated on. And, simply she reached out to you by social media. You engaged with her. That's all you did. Then I would tell your wife. If you are direct with Jessica Marie and she doesn't back off. And tell your wife, look, this woman who I used to know back in the day I hooked up with before we were together. And she reached out and I did respond. I know that was stupid. And now she's stalking me, won't leave me alone. And I want to handle this in a way that, but you need to be aware of what's going on. And your wife will probably, based on your description, overreact, get mad that you engaged with her, that you were chatting with some girl. You'll probably need to show her your messages proving that you weren't initiating contact and all that. And there may be a smackdown. Well, obviously shouldn't be with you. And she'll probably scare Jessica Marie off. He showed a picture of his wife. His wife's pretty, but she looked like she could definitely scare Jessica Marie. And that's that. But I don't know if your wife is the one that you cheated on with Jessica Marie back in the day. If that's the case, quite frankly, well, man, you're in trouble. That's all I can say. But anyway, if you're going to do it, if it has to get to that, then you better tell your wife and be honest with her. And she can then choose whether she's going to stay with you or not. But you're going to be in some trouble. So at the end of the day, man, try to handle this on your own. And if it doesn't work, then you're going to have to be honest with your wife, depending on the dynamic here. But this goes to show, guys, your past can come back to haunt you. And this is indeed the woman he cheated with his now wife back in the day when she was his girlfriend. It comes back. So I advise don't cheat on your girl. And if you marry her, you better at least tell her you did that, giving her the choice to marry you. And don't engage with people that come back from the past. They will come back and bring shit into your life. So, bro, good luck. If you want to fill me in on more information here, I can maybe help you out a little bit because you're a little vague on some of the important details here. But at the end of the day, you got to be honest. You can try being direct with her, but I don't think it's going to work, and go from there, and I do wish you the best. So guys, chime in here, let me know what you think about this whole thing, how you should handle it, and hopefully we can help them out. You made some bad choices, but sounds like you're trying to resolve things, but you're going to have to probably do some things that are going to be not very easy. But actions have consequences. Alright guys, that's it for today. Be sure to comment down below. Let me know what you think about this. Let this guy know what you think. And be sure to like the video, share with your friends, and subscribe. I'll catch you next time.